Hello students, welcome to Siddhapur Mathematics Academy CET classes. In the last classes, I gave the concepts on the complex numbers. In today's class, I will start with the questions. So let us move with the question. The first question is the smallest positive integer n for which 1 plus I whole raised to n is purely imaginary. First option 4, 2, 8 and 6. See here, if you are thorough in the calculations directly, just go for choices. Start with the small number 1 plus I whole raised to 2. When you expand and simplify, you will get 2i. See, 2i, is it purely imaginary or what? Yes, it is a purely imaginary. In the first only we got the answer. The answer is B. Next, if z1 is root 3 plus I root 3 and z2 is root 3 plus I, then the complex number z1 upon z2 lies in the first option, first quadrant. A, the B, second quadrant. C, third quadrant. D, fourth quadrant. So first calculate what is z1 upon z2. z1 is root 3 plus I root 3 upon root 3 plus I. Rationalize the denominator. After rationalizing and multiplying, you will get the answer 3 plus root 3 divided by 4 plus I, 3 minus root 3 divided by 4. See, 3 plus root 3 divided by 4 is a positive number, and root 3 minus root 3 is bigger than root 3. That is also positive number. And x, this is x, this is y, and it will be written as x comma y. That means both x and y are positive, means they lie in the first quadrant. Moving to the third question. The amplitude of sin pi by 5 I in the bracket 1 minus cos pi by 5 is amplitude means angle is first option 2 pi by 5, second one pi by 5, third one pi by 15 and the fourth pi by 10. See, already you are familiar. The amplitude, when you are writing the amplitude, the problem is in the form of r cos theta plus I sin theta. The first number should be cos, then it is a sin, but it is a reverse. Are you familiar with allied angles, multiples, submultiple? I am using a multiples and submultiple. Sin pi by 5 I am writing as 2 sin pi by 10 submultiple cos pi by 10. Which formula? Sin theta is 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2 plus I. 1 minus cos theta is 2 sin square theta by 2. Theta by 2 means pi by 10. What is common? 2 sin pi by 10 is common. In the bracket cos pi by 10 plus I sin pi by 10. Compare these two. R with this one, theta is in place of theta. Theta means angle. Angle is amplitude. What is amplitude? Amplitude is pi by 10. to the next question. Question number 4. Number of solutions of the equation z square plus mod z square is equal to 0 is first option 1, next one is 2, 3, and fourth one is infinitely many. See, z if you are taking as the x plus iy, just I will explain the concept, remember that. Then z square means x plus I whole square, mod z square is root of x square plus y square. So you are familiar with this. Z plus xy is this, and mod z is root of x square plus y square. That square means only x square plus y square comes, and this will be written as x square minus y square plus 2xyi plus x square plus y square is equal to 0. Simplify this. Plus y square minus y square get cancels. 2x square plus 2xyi is equal to 0. X is common. X plus iy is equal to 0 implies either x is equal to 0 and x plus y is equal to 0. See, for this x plus y you can write any values. That means their answer will be 0. So the answer is infinitely many. Question number 5. The equation modulus of z1 z plus 1 minus I is equal to modulus of z minus 1 plus I represents first option straight line, second one circle, third one parabola, hyperbola. Student may think why I am explaining solely, because I am taking a class, I am not marking in the examination. I am explaining the concept here. See, z you take as a x plus iy plus 1 minus I. So this is x plus iy minus 1 plus I. When you rearrange this in the form of x plus iy, the term with x with I and without I. Understood? I did the grouping of that. After that, modulus means real part square plus imaginary part square. Even though square is not necessary to write because we are solving a CET question, just for a student's sake I wrote that. This is how we are writing the modulus, and squaring on both the sides. Apply a plus b and a minus b whole square on both the sides. Finally you will get 4x minus 4y is equal to 0, or x is equal to y. This is nothing but a straight line. Here I wrote answer directly up, just because you are familiar. A plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, expand it and see which term get cancelled, you are getting the answer. Next, question number 6. The area of the triangle on the complex plane formed by the complex number z1 sorry, z comma minus iz and z plus iz is first option mod z square, second one mod z bar square, third one mod z square by 2, and the fourth one none of this. See here, z is nothing but x plus iy. In the form of point it is x comma y. Minus iz will be minus I x plus iy, and after simplification you will get minus ix minus I square y. So I square is minus 1, minus into minus plus. Point is y comma minus x. Then z plus iz, x plus iy plus I x plus iy. Remove the bracket. X plus iy plus I x plus I square is minus 1 minus y. It is x minus y plus I x plus y. So the point is x minus y x plus y. Then the area, how you write? Area of triangle is 1 by 2. First point x y, second point y minus x, third point x minus y x plus y, 1 1 1. This is in the determinant you know how to find the area of the triangle, and after simplification you will get 1 by 2. Expand it, after expansion and the simplification you will get like this. But area of a triangle is positive, that's why I am writing 1 by 2 x square plus y square. X square plus y square is nothing but modulus of z whole square. This is modulus z whole square divided by 2. So which answer is correct then? C. Moving to the next question, 7th one. If the complex number z is equal to x plus iy satisfies the condition modulus of z plus 1 is equal to 1, then z lies on first one x axis, second one circle with center 1 comma 0 and radius 1, third one circle with center minus 1 comma 0 and radius 1. Next one is y axis. See here, already I explained this type of example. It is again similar. Z in place of z write down x plus iy plus 1 modulus of this. Modulus of this means root of the term without I plus with I square. I we are not writing, squaring on both the sides. And no need to expand, because if you are thorough in the first year analytical geometry, this will be written as, it is in the form of x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. So what is the center? Center is h comma k. Compare these two. Minus 1 comma 0 and radius is 1. So it represents a circle with center minus 1 comma 0 and radius 1. Moving to the next question. Question number 8. 1 plus I square plus I raised to 4 plus I raised to 6 plus continuation I raised to 2n is equal to, first answer positive, second one negative, third is 0, fourth is cannot be evaluated. Yes, we cannot find this value. Why? Because we don't know the last number where it ends. Next, if f of z is equal to 7 minus z upon 1 minus z square, where z is 1 plus 2i, then modulus of f of z, whatever is the answer you are getting, that's modulus we have to write. Mod z upon 2, mod z, 2 into mod z, and none of this. Here first calculate what is 7 minus z. What is 7 minus z and 1 minus z square? Z is 1 plus 2i, z square is 1 plus 2i whole square, a plus b whole square. Your answer will be minus 3 plus 4i. So write down that values in this equation. F of z, 7 minus z is 1 plus 2i upon 1 minus 3 plus 4i. So simplify this, you will get 3 minus I upon 2 minus 2i. So modulus of f of z, modulus of f of z means write down the modulus of 3 minus I upon modulus of 2 minus I separately. So when you write separately, modulus of 3 minus I is root of 9 plus 1 upon root of 4 plus 4, that is root of 10 divided by 8, that is root of 5 by 4, nothing but root 5 upon 2. But the answer is not like this, root 5 by 2. And what is the modulus of z? See, modulus of z is root of 1 plus 4, that is root 5. Is it mod z upon 2 or what? The answer is first one. Moving to the next question. Question number 10. Over 11, sorry. 9th is over 10th. The value of argument of x, argument means amplitude, where x less than 0 is 0, pi by 2, pi, none of this. And this is, if x is less than 0, then the answer is pi. 11th one, the real value of theta for which the expression one plus I cos theta upon 1 minus 2i cos theta is a real number is. That means it is purely real, means imaginary value should be 0. See students, when you saw the options, they are in the form of general solutions. That means you have to thorough in the general solution also. Where you are studied general solution, have you remembered? So you are studied in the first year trigonometry in the last part. Here z is what? 1 plus I cos theta upon 1 minus 2i cos theta. Rationalize the denominator. After rationalizing the denominator and simplifying, you will get 1 minus 2 cos square theta upon 1 plus 4 cos square theta plus I, 3 cos theta upon 1 plus 4 cos square theta. The multiplying term by term and writing in place of I square minus 1. It is in the form of x plus iy. They told that it is a purely real. When it is a purely real, its imaginary part is 0. Imaginary part is what? 3 cos theta plus 1 plus 4 cos square theta will be 0. Implies cos theta is 0. Cos theta is 0. When the cos theta is 0, it is cos pi by 2. So that means you have to write the general solution for cos. Have you remembered the general solution for cos theta? Theta is equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha. So the answer is C. 2n pi plus or minus alpha is pi by 2. Moving to the next question, that is question number 12. Modulus of z1 plus z2 less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 is possible if you saw the concept correctly, you can mark this. So have you remembered the concept? Yes. This is argument of z1 is equal to argument of z2. Moving to the next question, question number 13. If z is a complex number, then so which answer is correct? B. Moving to the next question, that is question number 14. The complex number z which satisfies the condition I plus z upon I minus z is equal to 1 lies on, first one, circle x square plus y square is equal to 1. Second one, the x-axis. Third one, the y-axis. Fourth one, the line x plus y is equal to 1. So here I plus z upon I minus z is equal to 1 implies and when you cross multiply and take the modulus, the term without I and with I, this is the answer you are getting. After simplifying, squaring on both sides and expanding, you will get y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 is what? It is the x-axis. to the next question, that is question number 15. If A plus IB is equal to C plus ID, then A square plus C square is equal to 0. Second one, B square plus C square is equal to 0. Then B square plus D square is equal to 0. Then A square plus B square is equal to C square plus D square. Take this A plus IB is equal to C plus ID. Take the modulus on that both the sides. Squaring on both the sides. So then which option is correct? A square plus B square is equal to C square plus D square. So students, I know that only 15 question is not enough. In the next class I will give some more examples on the complex number.